Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya wal Mursaleen Amma ba'd fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim As-salatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulallah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah. The beloved and the last holy prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam said, the person who will recite upon me darood 50 times of the day daily, I will shake hand with him on the day of judgment. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. My dear Islamic brother, today is my topic of statement. The most famous topic, Ala Hazrat and Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat. Basically, Ala Hazrat worked for the protection of this particularly belief of the end of prophethood and against its denials. His handwriting, his speeches, his booklets, his fatawas, he did many things about it. Because this whole movement started with reference to Mirza Qadiani and he died in 1908. It was the time of Ala Hazrat time and Ala Hazrat passed away in 1921. So basically, it was the time of Ala Hazrat's time. So Ala Hazrat was Mujaddid, like we all call him by the name of Mujaddid Dino Millat, mean to say renewers of religious and the nation. So Mujaddid coming into the world, like Allah make Mujaddid that person, is just because of that. If there is a temptation and teaching religious should be revived and temptation should be fought at that time if there is a temptation and if teaching religious are being suppressed. So basically, Ala Hazrat was Mujaddid of 14th century. So this temptation created at the time of Ala Hazrat time. And this temptation was one of the bad temptation, that rejection of Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat, which is one of the basic and important belief in Islam. So that's why Ala Hazrat worked on the topic of Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat by his speeches, by his books. He wrote many books about it. Basically, topic of Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat, his first most famous book about on Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat, Jazaullahi Aduwa Bi'iba'ihi Khatmun Nabuwa. Mean to say, Allah revenge for denying and the honor of prophethood to his enemies. This book is on the topic of Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat. There is a question about a person in this book and Allah gave answer about this question. Like this, Allah Hazrat explained a book another on the topic of Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat. But the speciality of that book is according to Hadith Pak. That's name is Al-Mubin Khatmun Nabiyyin. Like this, Allah Hazrat described another book on the topic of Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat. Its name is As-Su'u wal-Iqab al-Masih al-Kazab. Then the chain of Qadiani began. Like this, Allah Hazrat explained, described another book, most famous and popular book, Husamul Haramain, Al-Manhari Kufri wal-Man. Allah Hazrat mentioned Mirza Qadiani in this book in starting. And Allah Hazrat wrote fatwa about Mirza Qadiani in this book. This book is also on the topic of Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat. Also this, like this, Allah Hazrat worked on the topic of Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat by his another book. Its name is Al-Qahrud Dagyani Ala Murtadim Bikadiyan. Allah Hazrat worked on the topic of Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat by his another book. Its name is Al-Jazarud Dagyan Ala Murtadim Bikadiyan. Then his son, Maulana Hamid Raza Khan alayhi rahmatur rahman, explained the topic of Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat by his famous, sophisticated and reasoned book. Its name is As-Sarimur Rabbani. This book is also rejection of Qadiani and explanation of our belief, and especially about Hazrat Isa al-Islam, like being taken up to sky and coming on the earth, and about Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat like this and that. There is a book, those Allah Hazrat wrote about on Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat. There is a book, and that is the hard working of Allah Hazrat Rahmatullahi Ta'ala on the topic of Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat. Then his student, his devotees worked on the topic of Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat. Then this movement started. Then Allah Khalifa Maulana Abdul Alim Merethi Rahmatullahi Ta'ala and his son worked on the topic of Aqidah Khatme Nabuwat. So, since Holy Prophet Day to this day, every Muslim has believed that the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Ta'ala Alaihi Wasallam is the last prophet. There will be no prophet after Holy Prophet Sallallahu Ta'ala Alaihi Wasallam. Who have believed on it. Alhamdulillah. So, as a result, 7 September 1974, Qadiani were firmly declared non-Muslim in a Senate. It's just because of Maulana Shah Imam Ahmad Nurani Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayhi. Alhamdulillah, that is a huge achievement for all of us, and that is the hard working of Allah Hazrat Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayh, and this is the power of Islam. Alhamdulillah. May Allah reveal blessing and mercy on the shrine of Allah Hazrat Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayh, and may Allah allow us to follow him as well. Ameen. Bijai Khatamin Nabiyyin Sallallahu Ta'ala Alaihi Wasallam.